Well, good day, my friends. It's your old pal, Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? I hope you said great. That was not a clickbait title. That is actually what this video is about. I wrote to some celebrities, whether it be directors, actors, anyone in the entertainment industry, athletes, singers, guitarists. I went on startiger.com, got, I think it's $5.95, so less than $6 a month, a subscription, which gives you access to many of the celebrities who I wrote to, their addresses that you can or that they respond to. It's also a really helpful website because it allows people like me and people that subscribe to update and say whether they got a response or if they got a response that said they expect cash or something like that. So that's what we're going to be doing today. 3 weeks before I left on my last trip, 20 people a week I wrote to. So what I do for mine is I send out 8x10s. I print them from home, so I buy a 100 pack of photo paper on Amazon for about $15 or $16. Then I buy a 100 pack of these, which are cardboard mailers. I like these because they prevent your photos from getting bent. You can get 100 of these for about $33. And then I also buy a 100 pack of these, which are 9x12. Or no, these are 10x13. This is 9x12 because this needs to be able to slide into that for you to send it off. So that's basically what I do. I buy 100 of these, they're about $30. So I've shown you videos before where I've bought grab bags from companies where you get 1 to 5 autographs, and those can be anywhere from $100 to $500. So this one came in about 200 bucks to send out to 60 people. And yeah, I used the resources online. I didn't write to people only if they respond. I wrote to people that I wanted a response from, so it could be anybody. If you want to participate, go on Amazon to buy your resources. I always use, if I'm sending 1 or 2 photos, I do 3 stamps out and 3 stamps back. This should always be your return. This should always be coming back to you. So I don't ever put a return address. I put the address I want it to come to, but I don't do like a if undeliverable, because I'm hoping that they'll just keep trying my address. So if I do anything more than 2 8x10 photos, and the reason I do that, I'll use 4 stamps each way. The reason I do sometimes more than 2 is not to be greedy, but you just never know what people are willing to sign and what they won't. Like with Francis Ford Coppola, I know that he generally will sign 1 per person. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 years to get it back. But that being said, I don't know if he'll sign a photo of himself or something from his project. So I sent a photo of him and a photo of the movie poster of The Outsiders. So hope you enjoy this vlog. Let's see who wrote us back. Daze with Jordan the Lion and you all. It begins right now. All right, new vlog, new batch of photos to open. The envelope itself was a little beat up, but hopefully whatever's inside is not. Barbara Eden, all right. If you remember in the past, I think maybe it was the first or second video, I sent 3 photos, 2 of her with Elvis and this one, and she signed 2 out of the 3. So I figured, well, I'll just wait some time and resend Jeannie and see if she'll sign Jeannie for me since I already have it printed off. So that is super cool that she decided to sign it. That's a real epic photo. Of course, she's probably known for Jeannie the most. So I'm super happy that she signed it. I normally don't resend it if something happens like that, but I figured it was just, you know, she was probably just does 2 per person through the mail. Like I said, I figured if I waited a little while, I would, you know, one of the last videos I did, I got a return from from Robert Duvall, and he didn't sign any of them. And since then, I've seen he signed other people's stuff. So in that case, I did actually resend it and hoping to get those back. But this was awesome to get back. Thank you so much, Barbara Eden. And she even inscribed it Jeannie. To Jordan, Barbara Eden, Jeannie. Awesome. Okay, next one. Feels a little bit light, so it's probably just one. Maybe two, one. There's one. Oh, nice. So this is a return from Judith from A Night of the Living Dead. As you notice in green, I got Russ to sign this at Steel City Con, and I met both of them there. However, I was not well versed in going to conventions at that time, and I didn't realize that they were all so cash heavy. And when I got there, they had one ATM machine, and you could only take $300 out at a time, and the line was just insanely long every day. So I would basically hit the machine once and, you know, do multiple pullouts or whatever. But basically, on the last day, I went over and got this signed by Russ, and Judith was not there at the moment. And I said, well, I'll come back later. And then I spent all my cash. So she actually will sign through the mail if you send it to her production company for $20. So she was charging $40 at the convention. So I went ahead and just sent it there to her production. And she was nice enough to, as you can see, sign it down here. Put a nice message on there. As they both did. So if you're a Living Dead fan, that is just a really cool piece to have. Never got Dwayne Jones, but this is awesome. Thank you, Judith. That is very nice. Let me read what that says. Jordan, tell Johnny to stop it. He's ignorant. Signed, Barbara. Very cool. That piece is done. So I normally don't ever have to send in money, but for this one it was a $20, so no big deal there. Worth it. Okay, this one I'm curious about because it's stamped coming back from Woodstock, New York. And I don't know who I would have sent that was there other than John Sebastian, and we already got him back, so this one's gonna be fascinating. I stamped it, but they even took it and added like 12 cents extra postage to it, so that was kind of nice of them, whoever this was. Oh, unfortunately, oh, you know what? This is, so this was really nice of them, actually. Oh my gosh. So I've had this weird thing happen since I've been through the mail autograph collecting. And one of those unfortunate things is that 4 times that I have sent someone photos and fan mail, either the next day or the day after they pass away. So I had sent Garth from the band a photo because I love music from Big Pink. I love the Basement Tapes. I love the band. I just love Garth. He was like maybe the coolest heart and soul member of that band. I sent this, and I'll be danged if 2 days later he didn't pass away. This was to his P.O. box, and I know he was in a retirement home, but they were saying that he was still getting his mail, so I sent these not knowing. Of course, he passed away, but look, they were nice enough to send his funeral announcement for me. That's got to be maybe the most unique thing I've ever seen. You know, when Chris Christopherson, right before he passed away, they sent back the photo unsigned, but with one of his guitar picks. So it's kind of interesting that's... I just actually expected no response from this one, so... whoever was handling his mail. That was very nice of them. I really appreciate that. God rest his soul. What an amazing musician. Rest in peace, Garth Hudson. That was a big surprise. All right, next one. This never gets old. I'm still always excited when one of these shows up in the mailbox, because it's, like I've said before, kind of like baseball cards, except with baseball cards, when you're opening them, you don't know who you're gonna get. And at least in this, I know as long as they didn't not sign it, it's always gonna be somebody that I like because I'm the one that sent it. So let's see. Oh, here's a letter or a piece of paper. This could be one, this could be a no-go. What do we got here? It always worries me when there's a list. Oh, McLean Enterprises. Shirley McLean. Oh, nice. And I noticed sometimes she sends her own photo and sometimes she signs what you sent. And I sent this. This is Weezer from Steel Magnolias. Miss Weezer. So she signed it, to Jordan Love and Light, Shirley McLean. That is a huge, huge response. That is so cool. That makes my day. I love Shirley McLean. She's a legend. I love her so much in this, but of course then like in The Apartment, there's so many things, but I know that she only, when you mail her, she only signs one. Not saying only as in that's, a bummer. I'm saying like, that's nice that she even signs one, but when she does sign, she signs one. So I wanted to make it count. So thank you. That was very nice, you, Shirley McLean. And I love that you wrote such a nice message on there. Very cool. Wow. Now I will read, this came along with it. And what it says is, thank you for your sweet letter. Please accept my autographed picture signed for you. My website is more unique than ever and absolutely free. ShirleyMcLean.com. It's filled with fascinating surprise designs that can bring us together spiritually. The website has also featured an exciting section called Independent Expression. There you can hear my internet radio shows where I chatted with the authors of the most avant-garde books available. Best of all, the 19 years of past interviews are archived. You can spend hours with some of the best thinkers in the world. She said, I will strive to nourish my connection to nature and strive to hear and understand the messages she brings me. Thank you for your continued support of my career. Love and light, Shirley. Now that I don't think that one is a, I think that's, they just print this and send this along with all of them, so that's not a real signature down there at the bottom on this one, but we know this one is. Nice and personalized. Gosh, wow, what a great return. Legend. I was hoping this one would come back someday. I wasn't sure. It's been a while since I sent this one out. Okay, next one. I feel too. Oh, Terry Moore. I think I sent 3, so we'll see how many she signed. Terry Moore, wow. Peyton's Place. I actually met her at, I guess before I moved, they had one of the Rudolph Valentino memorials, and she was there for it. I know I sent the photo of her with James Dean. Oh, yes. From Batman with Cesar Romero. That's a great one. That is cool. I also sent some to her son. Her son's an actor in some movies that I like, so far 2. She signed all 3. Thank you, Terry. Terry Moore, legend. And tons and tons and tons of stuff. Of course, Batman, that was one of my favorites. But this is such a great photo of her with James Dean. Wow. Thank you. I sent 3 and she signed all 3. Very nice of her. When I met her, I think she was in her 90s even then, so she's probably mid-90s, I want to say, early 90s. Thank you, Terry Moore. That is a wonderful, wonderful return. Beautiful photos. I wasn't sure if she would only want to sign, you know, individual ones, or if she would sign ones with other people, so that's why I included 3. Glad I did too, because she was nice enough to sign all 3. Now her son is Grant Kramer, who was in Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So hopefully we'll get a return from him soon. Nice. Thank you, Terry Moore. Okay, this one you can tell has a little bit of a thickness to it. I was like, what the heck is this? And then as I thought about it, and I noticed that there is some paint on the other side where it looked like somebody had tried to work out a paint pen, I realized what this was. I sent this out a long time ago. If it is what I think it is, this will be kind of cool, kind of interesting. I found this address randomly on my own. It was a P.O. box. So I knew when I sent it, there was a potential that it was not going to who I was hoping it was going to, and that it may never come back. Let's see if it's signed. I think it must be, because I know I sent, yes. Vanilla Ice. Looked like it kind of, the paint pen ran a little bit there. But look at that. That is awesome. He even put my name on there. I have had this VHS for a while, and I was like, you know what? Vanilla Ice, I've seen him in YouTube videos. He seems like a pretty cool guy, so I'll go ahead and randomly try and send this out. And it looked like it made it to him. I don't know if that's how his signature normally looks, or if just the paint pen went kind of crazy and ran, but I think that's pretty cool. Thank you, Vanilla Ice. Secret of the Ooze, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 movie. Awesome. That took, gosh, that was probably close to a year. Look, you'll see, didn't return the paint pen, so that is pretty cool. Signed in 2024, so who knows how long this has been sitting around. That being said, we are going to call it a day. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Vanilla Ice, for wrapping up this vlog, and we will see you next time. Have a great night, and goodbye.